Hi Nina, you asked a question on my email about what's the difference between these things with payments and yeah. So I put in his reference number here and requested reference number. And you have given him some money and he now has 15 left. I don't know how much you gave him, and it doesn't matter. Even though that you might have given him 100, we are going to give him 100 more right now, so that the first 100 is just a startup bonus. So, as you can see, when I put in money through this one, I can add a balance and I can add a credit. When I do it through this feature, this exact page, then whatever I put in here, we will send to FreshBooks and a receipt will be created. So let's say I have a deal with somebody that when they pay in 1,000 krona, I give them 20% on top of it. Then I wouldn't be able to just put in 1,200 here, because then the receipt is 1,200 and we only got 1,000 in money. So I cannot make a receipt of 1,200 when I only got 1,000 in money. I need to make a receipt of 1,000 and then in a separate field add the 200. That's why we have balance and credits. Okay, so now I'm just gonna here add 100 and here add 0 and submit. Now a receipt will be created for him and will be sent to him. So that's very nice. There's nothing we need to manually do about that. It will all be taken care of. And now we go to the user list. We put in his ID just to see the other way. 9242. So when you find a user in the user list, you can click here, and this field looks a lot like the other one, but it's not the same URL. It's a different page, a different function. And that means that now I will actually be able to add money here, and neither of the two will create any receipts. Okay, so you can use this from the user list, and then no receipts are created for any of the two. And then you can ask, yeah, now it becomes a little bit more tricky. When and why should I put it where? Okay, so one thing that I asked the programmers about when we made the statistics page is that the turnover should only show turnover from the balance, because then we know it's real money. Then we know it's money that they put in on an account, real money. Whereas if it showed credits and balance, then we then this number would not be like a real turnover. Then this would be, well, this was some money that he got because he helped us or something. But now we know that this is actually real money. It's not something he got as a bonus. It's not something he got. I hope you get the idea here. And that's another good reason why it's separated in two, so that whenever we put something in, and that also it answers your questions about where should you put it. I think whenever you give people bonus or something, then give it in the credits, because then it will not be calculated as a turnover, because in fact it is not a real turnover, because it didn't come from real money, it comes from something we gave back, and the best is that the turnover we can see in statistics is a real turnover, so that we know we actually made that amount of money. And Sweden is doing pretty good today. I don't know why in Sweden they don't like Denmark is completely nothing because it's Easter, and Germany also. But Sweden is really good. So now that let me see here. Yeah. Now that I'm making this video, I'm just gonna show you this. I wasn't planning on showing it to you yet, but I'm so it's so interesting. It's so much fun, this thing that I'm working on. It will take me some time to set it up exactly like I want it. I want to create a dashboard for you and for every country that will show the most important things, like let's say it will show, do you have any open support issues in Groove? Are there any refund requests waiting? So let's say that you have a field like this one that will say 0 refund request waiting. Then you have another one next to it saying 0, no, maybe it says 5 open issues in Podio that you need to answer. And we can pull all this information, and it's very, very high, I don't know if I call it high tech, but it's very modern web development what is going on here, because we pull it through this API, and then an API is a small piece of code that share data with other systems, and that's something that is very new that they started doing that. So right now what I put on it is some, no, I don't want to go through it because you can check it yourself. But I think there's going to be some very, very cool features and interesting informations, and hopefully this page, the Swedish one, is going to give you the complete overview only from that page. So you can look at that page and you can know exactly how is Sweden doing. Now in a moment it's going to flip to the Swedish one. So you can see here, for example, in the German one, 13,000 visitors the last 30 days, but that's actually 20% down, 21% down from same period last year. Here you can see something about our bounce rate. Bounce rate is how fast do people go back to Google when they come from Google. How many of them go straight back to Google? That's an important number, because if people stay on our page, then we are delivering value and the design looks good and appealing. But if they go straight back, then it's not good. So that is an important number to follow. How long are they staying on the page? Again, that's something about what can we do with design changes. That's not something you can do a lot about actually, and maybe this one neither. But this one you can do something about, and Sweden is the only one that is actually doing better than last year. And you can see here how many users are there on the site right now. Here you can see from the FreshBooks, I pulled this data, how many money did we invoice today, and the number here is the data from our system. So people put in 1,207 kroner today through bank and PayPal, but used it shifted in. But they used 430 kroner, and then down here I put the target, and in Sweden the target is 308, I think, per day. So today you're already way above the daily target. Then down here I didn't put in Sweden the AdWords cost in, because I had a problem pulling that data. But imagine when I put in other important things, and you can actually also tell me, Kasper, I want to see exactly this number right here, and then I will put that in. It's something that takes some time because I also need Venue to create a method that can deliver that data. But it's gonna be amazing, and if we within 6 months are going to start up in a number of new countries, and each of these countries will have a supporter. Then that supporter can just look at the screen and see, okay, what do I need to do? If this is red, then I need to write some blog posts to try and attract new customers and slowly get that up. And then I can guide them in how they can do these things, making videos. How do you get this number up? How do you get this number up, and so on. So I think it's going to be very motivating for the supporter in each country, and it's going to be a great, great help for us when we will have more countries, so that each country can grow and grow and grow. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be so much fun. See you.